today.
Well, the air show fans here at the Gathering of Mustangs and Legends had the opportunity to help put another famous red-tail Mustang in the air. Project Redtail is a P-51 being restored again, trying to get it back in the air to carry on the legacy. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the lead.
Those are B-12s. Now comes the B-25s. 1,700 horsepower
Kids, he wasn't kidding. Today, the typical United States Air Force lieutenant colonel has been on the ranks somewhere around the age of 39 to 42 years of age. Back in the World War II, your average lieutenant colonel was 27, 28, maybe 29 years of age. The attrition rate that the Army Air Corps was facing over Germany. Those who survived obviously had to be promoted to fill the role.
And many of those shoot-downs were attributed to lack of any fighter cover, which took place well into the war before we had the aircraft that had the length, as they say, or the range to continue to move with the B-17s and the B-24s well into enemy territory. Who was behind those guys? Right. That's Doug Jackson flying 401, one of the aircraft made up of combinations of BT-13s and T-6s that were used in the movie Tora 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 back in 1968. 68, wow. They had a budget of $20,000 per airplane to make them look like Cape bombers and Zeros, and they were able to do it. And Doug is part of that great Tora 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 group that puts on the reenactment of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Of the teeth on the front, the Curtis E-40. And then look to the right, around the radio, engine power, aircraft, good line to the Republic. Also the B-47, deep-throated wolf. To the right, and another Curtis P-40 going for a takeoff. get people coming out for notes given to us saying you were wrong about what you said about that airplane. And it could very well be. The history books are rather vague in terms of the numbers. We read flight reports of the airplane that quickly. On the other hand, another report I read said that it was an astonishing feat that they did it in 120 days. I have read the same text that you have. So folks, you be the judge. All right, now here we come with some of the techniques and some of the features about the airplane. Now this P-51 coming into the war was a hell of a lot like our ground movements today. Lancaster's glowing wing was part of the key that some say made this the best Allied fighter of World War II. Bell was a very prominent name back in World War II. This is the Bell 63. Yes, the engine's in the back, the exhaust is behind the pilot, the air intake scoop is behind the pilot's head, and a drive set that went up to the propeller is what turned the propeller. That was Bell's way. You see the Lockheed had the way of doing things too. Completely different design of a fighter, which included two engines and a twin-tail boom. Now our P-47 jets coming in the war before the P-51 really that's the thing. Good initial air-to-air attack as well, but where it really shine was down low. Straight to the train, safe assurance, enemy troops on the ground, as you just saw demonstrated. That big ring over the small on fire and keep it flat. The wings and fuselage, lots of fuel, very durable. You could blow holes in it, it would bring you home. It just didn't have the range to go all the way to Boeing back to the bombers. Until 1944, the P-47 then developed drop tanks and the introduction of water injection to boost power. P-47s would stay with the bombers all the way to the German targets and back.
You know, when you look at the aerodynamics of the P-51 Mustang, that scoop down there, you think it really slowed the airplane down.
Well, quite the opposite is true. So much innovation was put into the P-51. I told you about the Lanc flow. I must give credit to the North American Aviation Company because they had an airframe that was superior. They could not mate it up with the proper engine. They started with the American-built Allison engine, and it was good up to certain altitudes, but then it moved out and just got weak. Later on, when they introduced the correct airplane, which was the Rolls-Royce Merlin, or Packard-built Merlin. Packard Motor Car Company of Detroit built that engine under license. Then the airplane's engine felt like it did at sea level, all the way to 35,000 feet. Now the Lancaster flow wing could really show its stuff, and speed was also an issue. 505 miles an hour for a prop-driven airplane. In today's vernacular, 72% of the speed of sound, or Mach 7.2.
Well, as the P-47 initially, Army aircraft pilots came up with a technique where they would see the pilot out transport the bombers following the parachute. The P-51s would go high altitude, high speed, cruise out, beat the bombers en route, escort them on the final portion of the target partway home, where they would bingo. P-47s roll back in and bring the big boys back in the rest of the way across the channel.
Blowing smoke rings in the sky. That's Rich Gill. You'll probably see one of these flight Rich Gibson is absolutely the best pyromaniac in the airshow business today. He's got the awards to prove it. All right, we're simulating real-time conditions as our Curtis P-40. Now that airplane made famous in the U.S. by flying fighter. Claire Chenault's group of pilots. Now that airplane, this is what we read. This is one of the things I'm going to say. Perhaps you flew it in World War II, but it said it was already outdated technology when the war started. Now, training base, military training base in the U.S. or Canada. When you woke up in the morning and turned on your Zenith radio and the tube heated up, this might be what you heard on the radio. You will hear the sounds of training and aircraft fill the air morning, noon, evening as well. Because we learned a valuable lesson between World War I and World War II that training and discipline would be the key. You might remember when the Red 168 hours of dual training. They went prepared this time, and it did pay off.
Now our second P-25 opened up. Got its first great test in the skies over North Africa as we start the campaign.
Solid North Africa allows the mission to make their Of course, high overhead. Providing backup like no one else in our red-tailed Mustang. The Buffalo pilots are happy. There's no one shooting at them today.
All right, over to your left, the mighty P-17 flying portrait. 12,731 at a very common production rate that you will read about. Of that, in existence, there are approximately 43. Of those 43 that are in museums or at outdoor displays, approximately 19 can or do fly.
Now the P-17, they had no spot turns, tail guns, and blitz guns. Have sufficient advantage by itself. Could not run the fighter. So the pilots fly out very tight formation. It's a lot of overlap of all the guns.
Now look over to your left, there's the Lanc, as they call it, the Lancaster bomber. This had the capacity to hold a 22,000-pound bomb. They called it the Grand Slam. In addition to that, it was the Lancaster, made famous by the movie The Dam Busters. In an attempt to break the dams and the power that was supplying Germany, they actually devised a skip bomb. They would fly mission. Under cover of darkness, then they had two beams of light emitting from the nose of the airplane down and the tail of the airplane down. Once the pilot overlapped the two beams on the water, he knew he was at the right altitude. He then released his skip bomb, which ricocheted across the water into the dam. They had quite a number of losses of Lancaster aircraft, and it turned out after the war. It is written, Robert, that it was expected to try to cripple the power generation of the enemy. But things were tried.
Now our B-25s in the Pacific also were very successful in some hand-up shipping rules, both laying mines and directly scraping and bombing the Japanese supply vessels.
By the way, prior to World War II, that bomb was captured and died in many top-line fighters, or many top-line fighters that we had. Going into World War II, we were woefully underpowered and undernumbered in terms of combat aircraft. We were to make up for that very quickly. And I'll tell you what happened. Post in 1942, President Roosevelt announced that America would soon produce 50,000 combat planes a year. Actually, few people believed it, and Vice Marshal Herman Goring publicly scoffed at Roosevelt's prediction. In 1944, over 80,000 combat planes rolled off the assembly lines and headed for German and Japanese targets, and production was still accelerating. President Roosevelt's unbelievable prediction had been exceeded by 50%. Now, you know who did that? It wasn't slave labor. It was the American economy. It was Americans. The ladies went into the factories. They had awesome production of the aircraft that bring our people home.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get your cameras ready. Look to the left. You talked about meeting this in the Grand Slam bomb. We're going to do it right here.
Okay, all eyes and all cameras. You might want to focus on the area on the other side of the runway where you see the smoke coming from, and get the grass and the bottom of the photo that you're going to take. Make sure it shows some grass and then mostly sky above that area. We'll see if this is the Grand Slam run. All the doors are open. is still quite a mystery. It was developed by techniques that they honed in northern Florida. England Air Force Base in the Pensacola area allowed them to do that and change the course of the war. And Doolittle's Raid in his mind was a failure. He thought he was going to be court-martialed, when in fact he got back home and he received the Medal of Honor.
That technique was also referred to as, I hope, a little bit of airspeed and a whole lot of prayer. 16 of those aircraft, 80 airmen. And that raid was almost aborted because the Hornet carrier fleet was discovered by a Japanese vessel several hundred miles beyond where they could launch and safely get to bases in China. They would run out of fuel too quickly. Looks like the B-17 may have a hit.
It looks like he has had some damage to that number 2 engine. But the whole Super 4 was very tough. Coming back on one engine was just considered a routine day. Shut down 2 and you can still safely bring the airplane home. You can get home, the tail was missing. The fuselage was almost completely cut in half and half their wings gone.
I wonder what the people in Bexley Field are thinking right about now.
I don't know.
That pilot would reach over there, grab the conditioning lever, feather that number 2 propeller so it doesn't increase a lot of drag, and then that bomber unfortunately would slowly descend and fall out of the formation of all the other P-17s.
That's where the red tail of the Tuskegee Airmen and the other F-51s, P-51s, 47s, and whatever little friends were available would be the saving grace.